Countdown's Susie Dent has become a fully trained volunteer with the charity Guide Dogs.
Yes, she will be using her already very impressive language skills to take the visually impaired on days out, describing the world around them. Let's take a look at Susie now in training.
Okay, so I'm guessing I have to start with length and patterns. So I'm just going to use my finger, which is really unhygienic. I wouldn't want to do this for anyone else. And I'm hoping...
I'm on the flat surface and so are you. Okay. No more stairs in front of us. We're now going to cross over, okay? You ready to go?
Cross over?
So we're going to cross over the road.
Oh, okay, yeah. Nice and nicely. We're going slightly down.
We are
down a little.
Slightly sloped, yeah. Is this pace still okay?
Yes, thank you.
Fantastic, all right. I'm going to put my hand on the back of the chair and then you can use your other hand, okay, to feel down. So you've got that link, okay? So can you feel it's quite a high chair?
Yeah.
Yeah? Does it feel okay?
Yes, thank you.
Brilliant. Okay, he's just taking the seat.
Susie is here with us now. Morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming in. What a lovely, what a gorgeous thing to be able to do.
I know, and actually, do you know what? So many of the people that I've met who are my sighted guides have said it's such a privilege for them. So it's definitely a two-way street, you know, it's not just giving, it's kind of taking time as well to sort of pause and appreciate what we have and take for granted completely.
And this is something you've wanted to do or get going with for quite a long time.
Yes, for ages. So I worked with Guide Dogs on a Powers of Description campaign, which was all about my sighted guides and going out and being able to describe what you're seeing and just sort of, you know, having that attempt to open up the world for them a little bit, because so many people with sight loss feel inevitably quite isolated. And then COVID struck, so I couldn't actually enrol as I would like to, but I can't wait to be partnered up soon. I think it's going to happen.
So you've been waiting quite a long time. What will happen eventually when you are partnered up?
Yes, so Guide Dogs take a lot of care in finding the right partner for you. So they'll assess how much time you can offer, so it doesn't have to be necessarily 1 hour on the same day every week, whatever. They will fit around your timetable and find somebody who's equally flexible to partner you up with. And then whoever I sort of meet, we will go and do things that they really want to do but haven't been able to do through their sight loss. So it might be going to a football match, it might be going to a gig, for a coffee, you know, a shopping trip, things that will, again, open up their world for them a little bit.
We saw you in training there.
Yes.
All sorts of challenges that you've had to go through. What have you learned most of all through doing those?
Just to appreciate what we have. I mean, it sounds like such a cliche, but trying, as you saw there, I don't know, did you show the matching socks exercise?
Yes, you were trying to describe them, were you?
Well, I was trying to feel their texture and their length.
Right.
Absolutely hopeless. And pour some water. You know, the simple exercise of pour water into a cup, and I was dipping my finger in the water. Could not have done that with boiling water from a kettle, obviously.
Here we go. This is the water now.
Yes. Well, you'll see, I was not particularly adroit in doing this. Well, I had to stick my water in it, though, which wouldn't be very nice for anybody else's drink. But also just, in some ways, how simple it is. I mean, it's not a great commitment of time in terms of training. I say simple, but it's a wonderful thing knowing that you can put your arm out and somebody can trace your arm to the sort of handrail and that kind of simplicity in it. You know, I think we overcomplicate things sometimes. And as I say, I learnt also just how discombobulating it is not to know where I'm going. So I was taken on a little circuit around the Reading hub for Guide Dogs and knew I was turning a little bit, had no idea I'd done a full circle at all. So it just really takes you aback, but in a very positive way, and you begin to appreciate what people are, you know, are dealing with on a daily basis.
And what effect did the pandemic have on finding volunteers and getting trained?
Yes, so we have a massive, well, just waiting list now of people who really want to be matched up with a My Sighted Guide. So I think there are 750 people in need of a volunteer. And in fact, the whole service really has had to be paused just for a little while for people who do need a My Sighted Guide, just because of that deficit. So as much as we can do to encourage people to you know, get there. Oh, honestly, I can't wait. I can't wait to meet who it is. I can't wait to see what they would like to do. And I just think we're going to have fun together. We matched our interests, hopefully going to go on lots of walks and just do some fun stuff together.
Whoever gets you is going to be given some wonderful descriptions and language and vocabulary of what's around them.
Oh, I just hope they can understand me. I might say that's a flippercanorious bridge over there. So yes, I'll just have to de-nerdify a little bit, if that's a word. But no, I think it's going to be really good. So I would just honestly encourage everybody to have a look at the Guide Dogs website and see if this is something for them. And as I say, this is, you know, not just giving something back, but I think it will do a lot for everybody as well.
Flippercanorious. I've never heard that one before.
Spamdiferous, all sorts.
But with that in mind, that you think so much about communication and about words. What have you learned a whole new language, if you like, of communication by doing this? New skills, new ways of
I think
connecting.
so, because although obviously, as you say, I am about words, I live in my head a lot, so I realise just how silent I am a lot of the time. And if I'm going out for a walk, I'm just sort of going through everything in my head. With a partner, obviously, you want to kind of have that chat. You want to articulate what you were seeing. You want to talk about the foliage in the trees, but also pick up the sounds, because they're picking up the soundscape that you might not have tapped into as well. So again, it's going to be a real learning experience for me to see what they're experiencing too.
You say it's a learning experience, but also I know in so much as you're volunteering and trying to help someone, I imagine the whole experience might also help you in lots of ways.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's enriching, isn't it?
It's totally enriching, and as I say, the people have just said how much inspiration it has brought them, and just trying to do those tasks and seeing how my horizons narrowed immediately. I think 83% of the people with sight loss that were questioned said they have felt more isolated since COVID, and they have really wanted to be able to reduce that isolation and go out and do things and regain some independence. And this isn't about dogs, actually. It's the Guide Dogs, obviously the association that we're talking about, but this is very much people who don't have dogs. They might be on the waiting list for dogs. They might be living with new sight loss, and they just want to expand their horizons again and to reduce that that, as I say, narrowing of horizons. So I just think it's going to be a wonderful thing. So
I can feel you just can't wait to get,
I really
to
can't.
get your partner.
I'm itching. Yeah, no, I really am. I can't wait to see who I'm matched with, and just seeing the experiences. There's some wonderful videos on the website of people who have been matched up and just what a difference it's been made. I encourage people to look at that too.
And how is all of this going to fit in with the day job? Because you are busy with Countdown.
I'm busy with Countdown, just next door,
yes.
as you know. So again, hopefully, because my schedule is a little bit, inconsistent in that it just kind of it comes in ebbs and flows. I think I'll be matched with somebody who's very flexible too, and who can, fit around my timetable as much as I can fit around those. So we will manage it, and everyone's got an hour or so, haven't they? So it will just encourage me to get out and, learn new things. I think that's another really good thing, because that's so good for all of us, especially on mental health. It's just take on new challenges.
I wouldn't be surprised if your new partner wants to come into the studio and see that. Is that a possibility?
That would be fantastic, actually. And we have we used to have pre-COVID in our Countdown audience, a lovely audience member, Craig, who had his guide dog Bruce, and seeing again how his world had opened up through Bruce was just incredible. So that kind of almost set me off on my journey. So no, definitely come into the studio. That would be wonderful.
Oh, Susie, we wish you the very, very best of luck with all of it. It sounds really exciting.
Thank you. I can't wait.
Have you got a really kind word
that
we could use instead of ugly?
Yeah, what's a better word than ugly?
Oh,
some sort of
we're talking about
euphemism.
a dog. So
okay.
we need to think of and we've spoken about Peggy before, haven't we? There were a couple of people who weren't happy because we suggested Peggy was an ugly dog.
But no dogs are ugly.
No.
There's that great French phrase, jolie laide, which is sort of, beautifully ugly in a way. So sort of...
That's definitely
perfect.
Peggy.
Jolie laide.
That is definitely Peggy.
Interesting, striking.
We put you on the spot there.
There she is.
And attractive in a really positive way. Oh,
that is
gorgeous.
Peggy was entered, not by us, but by her owner, Holly, in Hull, as ugliest dog in Britain, and she won. We know that she's beaten off the competition, and she's beaten 7 other dogs, and she is now officially the ugliest dog in Britain. But she's
jolie laide. She's jolie laide. Her prize is a pamper session at a doggy spa, followed by a professional photo shoot. It's the pearls.
It's the tongue. it's the tongue.
I thought we weren't going to mention the tongue, John.
You've got to mention the tongue. I mean, Holly was saying we've just got to embrace,
Yes.
Peggy,
yes.
Everything about her, including the tongue.
She is now also officially a winner of the ugliest dog in Britain competition, or the most jolie laide dog in Britain, perhaps.
Love it. It's 8:59.